Welcome to the NBA 5-on-5. The game report and daily stat leaders after the 25th game day, which was played on Friday, November 12th. This is the fourth week and we had 11 games. Now let's take a look quickly at daily stat leaders. So, on this day, we have following leaders in different statistic segments. The most points scored on this day was by Stephen Curry 40, James Harden from Brooklyn 39, Dennis Schroder from Boston 38, Luka Doncic Dallas and Kristaps Porzingis Dallas 32. Rebounds per game, Nikola Jokic had 19 from Denver, LaMelo Ball from Charlotte Hornets 17, and at the third place, we have two players with 15 rebounds per game, Richaun Holmes from Sacramento and Christian Wood from Houston, and at the fifth, Nassir Little from Portland. In assists, leaders of the day was Luka Doncic from Dallas with 15 assists. At the second, we have Jrue Holiday from Milwaukee Bucks with 13. At the third, James Harden and Chris Paul with 12, and at the fifth, Nikola Jokic from Denver with 10 assists. Blocks, we had Richaun Holmes from Sacramento had 4 blocks, and at the second place we have 4 players, Anthony Davis from Lakers, Eric Gordon from Denver, Eric Gordon from Houston, and Evan Mobley from Cleveland with 3 blocks. Steals, we had Killian Hayes from Detroit had 6 steals, LaMelo Ball from Charlotte 5 steals, as did Chris Paul from Phoenix and Ricky Rubio from Cleveland, and at the fifth, Lonzo Ball from Chicago with 4 steals. So we have both Ball brothers in the stat leading column. Turnovers, unfortunately, the Detroit is always leading the negative stats. So turnovers, we had 2 players sharing the worst place, Cade Cunningham from Detroit and Zach LaVine from Chicago with 7 turnovers. And at the third place, we have Stephen Curry from Golden State, Jalen Green from Houston, and James Harden from Brooklyn with 6 turnovers. Then let's take a look at who made most 3 points. That was Stephen Curry from Golden State with 9. At the second place, we have 3 players with 6, which is Luka Doncic from Dallas, James Harden Brooklyn, and Joe Harris from Brooklyn. And at the fifth, Grayson Allen from Milwaukee with 5 made threes. Who made most free throws was James Harden from Brooklyn 11, Jusuf Nurkic Portland 10, DeMar DeRozan Chicago 9, Trae Young Atlanta 9, and Anthony Davis from Lakers 8. And who earned most fantasy points on the day was Luka Doncic from Dallas with 72.9 fantasy points. At the second, James Harden with 63. The third place goes to Nikola Jokic from Denver with 60.8. At the fourth, LaMelo Ball from Charlotte 59.9. And the fifth place, Stephen Curry from Golden State Warriors 52.3. Now we are going to come back to the games report. So, on the 25th game, we had total 11 games. So let's start with first. New York Knicks playing at Spectrum Center in front of the 19,257 spectators, lost to Charlotte Hornets 96-104. By quarters, first quarter New York 34-18, then second quarter 21-28. Then the third quarter 21-34, and the last quarter 20-24. The New York Knicks are now 8 in conference with a season score of 7 wins and 6 losses. Last 10 games, 5 wins, 5 losses on a 2-game losing streak. And Charlotte Hornets are 10th in conference, and there are 7 wins and 7 losses season score. And last 10 games, 4 wins and 6 losses on a 2-game winning streak. Now the next game, Milwaukee Bucks playing at TD Garden against Boston Celtics in front of the 19,156 spectators. Milwaukee Bucks have lost 113 to 122 by quarters, 30 to 30 first quarter, second quarter 25-21, third quarter 26-37, and fourth quarter 27-20. And then they went to overtime, so the game ended at 108 to 108, and then in overtime, Milwaukee lost 5 to 14 for the end score 113 to 122. Milwaukee is 11th in conference with a season score of 6 wins and 7 losses. Last 10, 4 wins, 6 losses on a 1-game losing streak. Where the Boston Celtics are 9th in conference with a season score of 6 wins, 6 losses. Last 10 games, 6 wins, 4 losses on a 2-game winning streak. The next game, we have Detroit Pistons playing at Rockets Mortgage Fieldhouse in front of the 7,095 spectators. Detroit lost another game, 78 to 98 against Cleveland Cavaliers. First quarter 18 to 24, the second quarter 23 to 28, the third quarter 11 to 28, and the last quarter 26 to 24. The Detroit are last with season score of 2 wins and 9 losses, and last 10 games 2 wins and 8 losses on a 1-game losing streak. And the Cleveland Cavaliers are 4th in conference with a season score of 8 wins and 5 losses, and their last 10 games 7 wins, 3 losses on a 1-game winning streak. Next game, Portland Trailblazers playing at Toyota Center Houston against Houston Rockets. Portland won 104 to 92 by quarters, 30 to 27, 25 to 18, 25 26 to 22, and 23 to 25. The Portland is now 9th in conference with a season score of 6 wins and 7 losses. Last 10 games 5 wins, 5 losses on a 1-game winning streak. And Houston Rockets are 14th in conference with a season score of 1 win and 11 losses on the last 10 games. They lost 10 games and are on a losing streak of 10 games. My God. Next game, Phoenix Suns played at FedEx Forum against Memphis Grizzlies. Phoenix won 119 to 94 by quarters, 36 to 23, 26 to 20, 30 to 21, and 27 to 30. The Phoenix Suns are 2nd in conference with a season score of 8 wins and 3 losses. Their last 10 games are 8 wins and 2 losses, and they are now on one of the best winning scores, 7-game streak winning. And Memphis is 8th in conference on a season score of 6 wins and 6 losses. Last 10 games, 4 wins, 6 losses on a 2-game losing streak. Next game we have Brooklyn Nets at New Orleans Pelicans, played in the Smoothie King Center in front of the 14,650 spectators. By quarters, it was 33 to 25, 33 to 34, 29 to 24, and 25 to 29. Brooklyn is 2nd in conference with a season score of 9 wins and 4 losses. Last 10 games, 8 wins, 2 losses on a 2-game winning streak. Where the New Orleans Pelicans are 15th last in conference with a season score of 1 win and 12 losses. Last 10 game, 1 win, 9 losses on a 9-game losing streak. The next game we have Sacramento Kings playing at Paycom Center against Oklahoma City Thunder, and Sacramento Kings lost 103 to 105 by quarters, 23 to 16, 39 to 32, 24 to 29, and 17 to 28. The Sacramento Kings are 11th with a season score of 5 wins and 8 losses, last 10 games 4 wins, 6 losses on a 4-game losing streak. And Oklahoma City Thunder is 10th in conference with a season score of 5 wins, 6 losses, last 10 games 5 wins, 5 losses on a 4-game winning streak. Now next game, Dallas Mavericks playing at AT&T Center against San Antonio Spurs in front of the 13,425 spectators. By quarter, Dallas won 123-109. By quarters, 31-22, 37-35, 34-20, and 21-32. Dallas is now 5th in conference with a season score of 8 wins and 4 losses. Last 10 games, 7 wins, 3 losses on a 1-game winning streak. And San Antonio Spurs are 13th in conference with a season score of 4 wins and 8 losses. Last 10 games, 3 wins, 7 losses on a 1-game losing streak. Next game, we have Atlanta Hawks against Denver Nuggets. They played in Bowl Arena in Denver in front of the 16,000. Let me just 16,849 spectators, and the Atlanta Hawks lost 95-105 by quarters, 25-32, 21-17, 23-30, and 27-26. The Atlanta Hawks are 13th in conference with a season score of 4 wins and 9 losses, last 10 games 2 wins and 8 losses on a 6-game losing streak. And Denver is 4th in conference with a season score of 8 wins and 4 losses, last 10 games 6 wins and 4 losses on a 4-game winning streak. Next game, we have Chicago Bulls playing at Chase Center against Golden State Warriors. They were schooled by Golden State in subject basketball. They lost 93-119, and by quarters it was 29-23, 16-28, 17-35, and 31-33. The Chicago Bulls are 3rd in conference with a season score of 8 wins and 4 losses. Last 10 games, 6 wins, 4 losses on a 1-game losing streak, where the Golden State Warriors are 1st in conference with a season score of 11 wins and 1 loss. Last 10 games, 9 wins and 1 loss, and on a 7-game winning streak. Now, last game for the 25th game day was Minnesota Timberwolves playing at Staples Center against Los Angeles Lakers, and they look like a retirement group. So they lost. The score is, you won't believe it, 107 for Minnesota Timberwolves to 83 for Lakers at home. The Staples Center was full, so I don't think that they have enjoyed the game. So 18,997 spectators had to watch this embarrassment. By quarters, it was following. The first quarter, Minnesota lost 19-26, but then the second quarter, Minnesota won 25-23. Then the third quarter, the embarrassment, 40 for Minnesota, 12 for Lakers, and the last quarter, Minnesota 23-22. The Minnesota Timberwolves are 12th in conference with a season score of 4 wins, 7 losses. Last 10 games, 3 wins, 7 losses on a 1-game winning streak. And Los Angeles Lakers are 7th in conference with a season score of 7 wins, 6 losses. Last 10 games, 6 wins, 4 losses on a 1-game losing streak. So that would be a quick recap for the 25th game day. And we would appreciate if you would share the video, subscribe, and let us know who's your favorite team, who's your favorite player, and we wish you a great game day And until the next time, bye bye.